Hello gang, and welcome back to another episode of The New Ham. My name's Scott, call sign W4OLV. If you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and when the video's over, leave a comment. Tell us what you thought, and let us know what you want to see in the future on the channel. I try to respond to everybody as quickly as I can, so I look forward to hearing from you. Today, my question to you is where do you go to find information? Where do you go to look up information about ham radio, about other people, and trying to find places where you can communicate and collaborate with other folks that are interested in the hobby? Now, I know as soon as I say that question, there are probably a number of websites that jump into your head. There are mine, some good, some not so good. But today I'm going to introduce you to a website that is clearly focused on somebody who's into amateur radio and making it very easy to communicate, collaborate, and have camaraderie with other folks who are into ham radio. So stay tuned. Alright, welcome back guys. I'm glad you stayed with me. So today we are going to talk a little bit about websites, but we're really going to focus on the folks here at hamcommunity.com. Now, I was introduced to Ham Community by Jim. He's one of the founding members. There are 5 folks who co-founded hamcommunity.com, and Jim's call sign is K3MRI. Met him at Frostfest early in February, wandered by his booth. He kind of reeled me in a little bit and gave me the pitch and told me a little bit about the vision that they had for Ham Community. And I kind of used the tagline in the introduction. They have a tagline of conversation, camaraderie, and collaboration, and that's really what their focus is. It is building a community of folks who basically learn and communicate from each other. And the other part is they have a very streamlined, clean look. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump over here and we're going to take a look at Ham Community. And I'm just going to kind of go through it and hit some of the highlights for you. We're not going to get super in depth. I'm going to leave that to you to go in there and check them out. But the first thing that you see when you jump on their website is it is exactly what Jim said. It is clean. It is streamlined. There are not a lot of advertisements to clutter things up. The advertisement that you see is right here in the top banner there in the orange. You see it says LDG is a proud co-sponsor of Ham Community and its members. So there's not a lot of stuff off in the margins to the left or the right to distract you. If you want to see who's advertising this week, check them out up there. The other part is a lot of times in some of the websites that I see a lot of just information crammed onto one page. And I get a little frustrated with that because then it gets very hard to find what I'm looking for. Ham Community has streamlined it, and we're going to go through everything that you see on the page. I'm not going to do super in-depth, but we're going to touch on some key points, but you can see it is a very, very clean look, very modern, almost reminiscent of a big box retail style website that we're all used to. Up at the top, you can see I am already a member. Up here in the upper right, you'll see my call sign, W4OLV, and the new ham radio sign. You can follow people here, so come on over, follow my profile on Ham Community. You'll also see right next to that there is an envelope, and one of the great things I love about this website is you can direct message folks from the website itself. If you've got somebody who's a member and you're curious about something they posted, you can just plug in their call sign, send them a message. It sends them alert via email, and they can jump on and respond to you. The bell, of course, just notifications. There's a little ticket right there. That is a ticket that gives you the ability to invite people over to Ham Community. And then you have Create. And the nice thing about it is you can create content to post, whether it's links, photos, or something you just want to share where you were out doing a soda activation somewhere and you just want to write a quick blurb or blog about it. You can do that here as well. So as we come down, you begin to see all the tabs here at the top. You've got Discover, Discuss, Collaborate, News and Knowledge, Site Shortcuts, the Store, and Support. And then under each one of those is all the subcategories. And we'll touch on some of those just a little bit. But we're just going to thumb down through the front page real quick. So, of course, we saw the ad banner. Now we're going to talk about the Hour Picks. The Hour Picks is from the folks who run Ham Community. Just kind of their featured information. And that just changes and evolves all probably almost daily. And as it grows, it will definitely change daily. I'm almost sure of that. Below that, you have club promos. You've got the Vienna Wireless Society, who's hosting Winterfest 2020 in Annandale, Virginia. And then also the other one is Hamvention, which is coming up in May 15th through the 17th in Dayton, Ohio. One of the things I want to tell you about that is Ham Community will be attending that event. So if you are going to Hamvention in Dayton, do me a favor, drop by their booth, say hello, tell them TheNewHam sent you, and get some more information. Ask them some questions, and do me a favor, sign up. Get on that list. As we're going down, we're going to see some other stuff in here. We start out with the forums. And they have a number of different ways of breaking up the forums. And this is what I like. This is what I talk about, not just cramming a bunch of information onto one page and trying to let whoever's on your website decipher it. And you've got one, you connect by stage. The second one is special interest. Then you have kind of an everything else, miscellaneous, including they have one that's just non-ham topics. I noticed there was a gentleman on there who does photos. I do photos as well. Had some great stuff, so I had the ability to respond to him and tell him that he had some really nice pictures on there. Another one is you can connect by geography. For me, I find that to be very useful. One, you never know when you're going to move or relocate, and I recently relocated, so you have to kind of start from scratch and making new contacts and getting into the amateur radio community on the local level. And that's not always easy to do. So you'll see here that they have all of the states listed. Of course, they have provinces for Canada. But they've also included all the different countries that are involved in amateur radio. And then last but not least, you'll see that they have included large metropolitan areas, which can also be useful if you live out on the outer edge of a large metropolitan area. It's always nice to be able to jump on and communicate with people who are actually in that area, because typically there are numbers of repeaters and groups just because of the large populations that exist in those cities. You have the Elmer Circle, which is where all the experts hang out, and you can get your questions answered there. And then at the very bottom, it has what they call the latest gear posts, the latest links, and the latest downloads. And they're all right here compiled for you in, again, a nice, neat, clean, streamlined way where you can really get to what you're looking for. We'll jump back up to the top real quick, and then we'll go stage by stage. So in connecting by stage, a lot of this is talking about equipment, kits, installing equipment, operating modes, even studying for your licensing, and then contesting at the very bottom. You look at connect by special interest. And special interest is kind of where it's at for me, and I'm really into this top one, MCOM Communications. It's got 47 posts. Typically, MCOMs is something that's extremely popular amongst folks in amateur radio. For me, after being in law enforcement for 20 years, MCOMs is just kind of a natural progression for me. So I have a great interest in it, but it's very nice to be able to just jump to it from a front page and go right into a forum that I have an interest in. The other one that I thought was kind of interesting was repeater management. A lot of clubs out there run repeaters as well as individuals. But I find it nice that you've got a place where folks who are working with repeaters can come and collaborate. You roll down through here, they've got some other stuff. They talk about nets, scanning, and shortwave listening. Some of the FCC stuff, ITU. And then at the very bottom, you've got activations for SOTA, POTA. I want to do BOTA. I like beaches, so I'm all about that. Get me on the beach, the sand, the surf, and let's talk on the radio. And then you have the everything else. They've got some general ham topics. First QSO, a little bit of self-promotion there too. Have you written a book about amateur radio? Do you do a YouTube channel? Do you do a blog? A number of different things. Do you sell or invent your own gear for selling? A little bit of a way for you to get your name out there and self-promote just like it says. And then the by geography we already covered. So very quickly, I'm just going to kind of take you over to my profile page. And don't mind the blacked out area there. I love y'all, but I'm not showing you my address. So one of the things I like about building the profile too is I can actually build it to be mine. It's not generic. Up here in the background here, background bar or whatever you want to call it, that picture is actually mine. I took that photo and then I just uploaded it and created it as my my background wall, I guess you would call that. And then of course I got to use my own icon as my avatar or whatever you want to call that. And then as you go through here, you're going to notice you have some About Me section and some nice data here that you can work with as well. On your profile, of course, it's going to give your call sign, your license, when you were licensed, and location, and any previous call signs you may have had. All your time data, which could be good to know if you're working a particular band that day. It's also going to give you your grid square, CQ zone, ITU, and your latitude, longitude coordinates. Now, for those of you who may be working VPN or something like that, your grid square may come out a little wonky depending on how you have that set up, if it can or can't locate you. And then you get to go down here to the very bottom and do a little bit of About Me. Of course, I did the About Me. I did a link to my channel, put up one of my photos that I had taken of some of my gear in my shack. Over to the left, of course, your name. How did you hear about ham community? Licensed or not. General is mine, and then my year, again my grid, and then what interests I have. So you get a little bit of an idea when you contact people, communicate with people, you know, where are their interests at as far as amateur radio. One of the other cool things that I like is you can get followers. So people can follow your particular profile and the things that you post. For those of you who go over here and sign up for Ham Community after this video, please look me up, W4OLV, follow me. I'm going to start putting some content up there that I think you all will appreciate. So come over there and follow me as well. And we'll have a little new ham community over there. You can track your activity as well. You can see I've already had 4 posts. My last one was a YouTube link to KM4ACK. He does a lot of work with Raspberry Pi and that's one of the things that I'm interested in, because I'm going to start building a QRP rig, and that's going to involve having a Raspberry Pi as a way to portal into all of those digital modes. Now, one of the things that I also wanted to point out is if we go to the store, you will see subscriptions. Now, what I will tell you is hamcommunity.com is free to sign up and become a member. You can get on there, and it is absolutely free, and it is a lot of content. It adds a lot of value to becoming a member. However, you can subscribe and become what they call a QRO member. It's $50 for 3 years. So that's a $16.67 a year in order to become a QRO member. That allows you to create private photo albums. You can upload more, and you have some access to some unique parts of the site that aren't available to free members. They don't do a full listing of everything, but I'm sure if you jump on here and ask somebody about what the additional parts are, they will let you know. Also, it also says they're planning to roll out some goodies for the future, and QRO members will be the first to enjoy those perks, both on and offline. So you know that there's some other stuff coming. Again, value added for the website. For me, having something this clean, this neat, makes my life really easy when I'm looking for information. Currently, they have about 400 members. Keep in mind, they just launched in June of 2019, so they are really in their infancy at this point. However, as the community grows, the value of this website is going to continue to rise. More information is going to be shared. More folks are going to be joining and supporting the community there. So there are going to be lots of ways to network, share information, again, ways to start a conversation, create camaraderie, and collaborate with other amateur radio enthusiasts. I can't tell you how much that means as somebody who is new, such as myself, where I can go, feel comfortable, ask questions, and learn in such a nice online environment. So I would encourage you to check it out, guys. I appreciate your time today, and I hope you go over. I hope you sign up. Again, they're going to be at Hamvention in Dayton, May 15th through the 17th. Go visit their booth. I'm hoping Jim will be there. Ask for him. He'll be more than happy to answer questions for you and give you the rundown about hamcommunity.com. Thanks for joining me. Again, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next week.